So as you guys can see here, JC Sheldon is guarding Caitlin Clark. She swipes her in the eyeball. Caitlin Clark nudges her off because JC stays in her face. And then Tina Charles runs over and is kind of wagging her finger in Caitlin Clark's face. And then Marina Mabrey comes out of nowhere.
June 17th wasn't just a basketball game. It was a message. A message to the refs. A message to the haters. A message to the entire WNBA. The Indiana Fever were done playing nice. Done staying quiet while their stars got shoved, elbowed, and targeted. And when the officials refused to step in, the team decided to handle it themselves. What went down that night? It wasn't just retaliation. It was revenge served cold by Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark. And the entire league felt it.
Now let's watch this in slow motion. Here, JC Sheldon is guarding Caitlin, swipes her in the face. There's one. Going for the ball, swipes her in the eyeball. Caitlin's gonna have to start wearing goggles. And then Caitlin pushes her off of her, like, why are you still in my face? Marina Mabrey, bat out of hell, chucks Caitlin Clark to the ground.
Let's rewind. May 30th, Indiana Fever versus Connecticut Sun, the game that changed everything. It was supposed to be just another matchup, but from the first whistle, something was off. The Connecticut Sun didn't come out playing. They came out hunting. And rookie guard JC Sheldon, she played like she had a personal vendetta. First, she collided with Sophie Cunningham. Hard, the kind of collision that doesn't happen by accident. Sophie went down with an ankle injury and even lost part of a front tooth. Then Sheldon dove straight into Sydney Colson's leg. No real shot at the ball, just reckless full body contact. Sydney's leg twisted awkwardly under her. Two players out, both on contact, both because of the same player. And what did the refs do? Nothing. Not a single flagrant, not even a technical. Caitlin Clark stood there watching her teammates get dropped. You could see it in her eyes. That night left a mark, but it wasn't over. It was just beginning. See, this wasn't some random incident. There's history here. Caitlin Clark and JC Sheldon go way back to college. Clark at Iowa, Sheldon at Ohio State. Every time they met, it got physical. It got personal. Sheldon wasn't just trying to beat Clark. She was trying to get under her skin, bumping her on screens, shadowing her off ball, running her mouth during timeouts. She made it her mission to throw Clark off her game. So when Sheldon hurt Clark's teammates, Cunningham and Colson, it wasn't just physical, it was personal. And when June 17th showed up on the calendar, Clark circled it in red. June 17th, the rematch. But this wasn't just about getting even. This was about sending a message. Caitlin Clark had just come back from a quad injury. She dropped 32 points on the undefeated Liberty the game before. Her rhythm was back. Her fire was burning. And now she was back on the court against the same team that took out her teammates. From the moment she stepped onto the floor, you could feel it. Clark wasn't smiling. Sophie Cunningham, ice cold. The Fever weren't just here to hoop, they were here to make people pay. And JC Sheldon, still doing the same thing, still in Clark's face, still bumping, still reckless. But this time, something was different. Third quarter, Clark brings the ball up. Sheldon moves in fast and aggressive, goes for what looks like a steal, and jams her finger straight into Clark's eye. You see Clark's head jerk back. She grabs her face. She's clearly in pain. And then, boom! Clark shoves her back. The arena erupts. Fans are screaming. The Fever bench is on its feet. Everyone saw it. Replay shows the eye poke in slow motion. It's not even close. The contact is obvious. And the refs? They hit Clark with a technical foul for reacting after someone stuck their hand in her eye. Sheldon gets nothing. That moment set everything off. And if you thought that was bad, the next moment was pure chaos. Marina Mabrey, another Sun player, comes out of nowhere and body checks Clark to the floor. No basketball move, just a straight up cheap shot. Clark hits the ground hard. The Fever bench loses it. Coach Stephanie White is yelling at the refs. Fans are booing like crazy. You'd think that would be enough to get Mabrey tossed. But no, the refs huddle for 15 minutes, review the footage, and come back with another technical. That's it. No flagrant, no ejection, just a slap on the wrist for what looked like a hockey hit in the middle of a basketball game. Clark's still on the ground, still rubbing her eye, still playing through pain, and still not protected. After the game, Fever coach Stephanie White let the league have it. "This is what happens when officials don't take control," she said. She called out the refs for ignoring repeated dangerous plays, and she wasn't wrong, because this wasn't the first time. It had been happening all season. Cheap shots, no calls, injuries piling up, and who's always at the center of it? Caitlin Clark. Coach White said what fans had been screaming online for weeks: if the officials won't do their job, the players will. And Sophie Cunningham? She took that to heart. Final minute of the game, Indiana's up 87-70. Game's basically over, but for Sophie Cunningham, the real work was just beginning. She spots JC Sheldon on a fast break, remembers May 30th, remembers her own injury, remembers Clark getting eye-poked with no consequences, and then she makes her move. Sophie doesn't go for the ball. She lines Sheldon up and wraps her up. A hard, intentional foul. Sheldon goes down. The arena gasps. It's a flagrant too, no doubt about it, but this wasn't about the rules. This was about respect. This was Sophie Cunningham saying, "If the refs won't protect us, I will." And fans loved it. The crowd went wild. Chants of "Sophie, Sophie" shook the arena. Fever fans knew they just witnessed something more important than a bucket. They saw someone stand on business. Refs ejected Sophie. JC Sheldon got tossed too. So did Lindsay Allen after the scuffle that followed. But Cunningham? She didn't walk off the court angry. She walked off like a hero. That moment, it wasn't just a foul. It was a reset button, a message to the league, a warning to every team. You touch Caitlin Clark and there will be consequences. Clark finished with 20 points and 6 assists. Natasha Howard had a 16-point, 12-rebound double-double. Kelsey Mitchell chipped in 17. But it wasn't the numbers that made headlines. It was the fight, the chemistry, the statement. This wasn't just a team playing basketball. This was a family looking out for each other. A group that said, "You're not going to bully us anymore." And with this win, the Fever punched their ticket to their first ever Commissioner's Cup final. But more importantly, they earned the respect of every fan watching. This game will be remembered, not because of the scoreboard, but because of the statement it made. Sophie Cunningham didn't just foul JC Sheldon. She made a promise to her team, to her coach, to her city. Nobody messes with the Fever. Caitlin Clark didn't need to throw punches. Her game spoke for her. But Sophie? Sophie stood on business. And that's what loyalty looks like. So if you're rocking with Indiana, if you believe in protecting your own, comment down below, CC and Spicy Sophie. Smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on all notifications, because this WNBA season, it's just getting started.
They took these referees, they were at the monitor, they looked at it for, I'm not even exaggerating, you guys, like 15 minutes. 15 minutes they are watching this play over and over. They are seeing who pushed who. What did Tina Charles do? What did Marina Mabrey do? What did JC Sheldon do? And mind you, the reporters at the time, the announcers here are saying, of course, Marina Mabrey is going to get ejected.